Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be spilling the university. It is going to be piping hot. It is going to burn your crotch. Why did I say that? Basically, when I first went to uni as a first generation student in my family, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I had so many questions, and that's pretty much why I started a YouTube channel. And somehow, I don't know how this has happened because I'm sure I'm still 13. Here we are, 3 years later, with a freaking degree. So I posted on my Instagram stories, do you know what? I'm a massive catfish. That picture does not look like me at all. That filter was very generous. I posted on my Instagram story to ask you what you assume about university, and today I'm going to talk about them. I don't know why I just forgot what the concept of the video was. I'm going to confirm or deny your assumptions. That's the video. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I was in a different library for a second there.
On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's gonna make you sick.
I'm literally seeing these for the first time, so I'm just gonna kind of go through as quick fire as possible and react to them, I suppose. There is a lot of pressure to find the right friends as quickly as possible. I think that's definitely, when you're going to uni, you think, oh my God, I need to make friends in Freshers Week and they're gonna be my friends for the next 3 years. But actually, some people find their closest friends and their best mates in second year or in third year. You never know. But the thing I would say is if you join clubs and societies that you're interested in, then you kind of increase your surface area of like availability to make friends, especially people who are like-minded and have similar interests to you. So the more things you say yes to and try out, the better. So challenge yourself to do that and you will find your people. Getting into university / A-level results day is the most stressful day of your life. It doesn't have to be. There is no hiding the fact that A-level results day is a very intimidating day, but you can make it so much easier for yourself. And you will have heard me talk about this so many times because I think it is incredible. But today's video is very excitingly in collaboration with the Clearing app. It looks like this, and this is basically a free clearing and adjustment app. So clearing is when you don't meet the conditional offer of your top choice university and you have to look elsewhere, and adjustment is where you overachieve and you can kind of aim higher, and you can get this sorted on results day. I cannot even begin to express to you how much I wish I had had this app before A-level results day because I was a nervous wreck. And basically what you can do is register your interest with different universities and they will call you. How great is that? Like, the universities will call you up. You can chat to universities beforehand, you can call up admissions departments and search for all of the courses and universities that are available to you. So this is what I mean when I say it can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be, because you can download this app in advance and be prepared. You can also input your marks. This is me inputting my marks, if you couldn't tell, and the app will convert that into UCAS points so you know exactly where you stand. So freaking useful. Head to your app store and search Clearing, or click the link down below in the crotch box. I've said crotch way too many times in this video and we're not very far into it, so it's only downhill from here, I think. It's very competitive. I actually would say, from my personal experience, like, everyone was doing such different degrees that we almost didn't compare marks at all. Because theoretically, in a science subject, if you're an absolute mastermind or a whiz, you could get 100%. Whereas in humanities, I would say the absolute top you could possibly get would be 80. A lot of the people you meet probably won't do your degree, so there's not really that much competitiveness, I would say. There will always be those people on your course who just seem to know everything and are so intimidating and terrifying. So I guess if most of your friends do your subject, then naturally you kind of end up comparing yourself, in your head at least. Plus the research you do will be so unique to you and you'll go down a kind of rabbit hole that it's actually really hard to compare yourself to others even within your course. So yeah, I think at degree level there's a lot more like sharing notes and sharing ideas and discussion and benefiting each other rather than competing against each other for the top grades, you know? It's much harder than A-levels. It's hard in a different way, because I think when you do A-levels, you have your fingers in more pies than Paul Hollywood. Like, you've got a lot to focus on all at once. Whereas with your degree, you really specialize in something, so you really think about that one thing. I would say that the second year of A-levels, so your final year of doing A-levels, is probably the most intense period of academic life you will ever experience. First year at uni is a lot more chill because it's not deciding your future, you know? By the time you get to third year, it is pretty intense, but not in the same way that A-levels are, because that is horrible. There's pressure to go out drinking. I would definitely say that there is a bit of a drinking culture at university. You know, when people talk about uni, they talk about people getting drunk and kind of misbehaving. And naturally, a lot of social events will be hosted in bars because they are the only spaces big enough to host people. I guess a lot of people do see drinking as kind of a social lubricant, like it kind of helps them get in the flow a little bit. But equally, just do whatever you're comfortable with. Just, if you don't want to drink, don't drink. That is fine. You don't have to justify yourself to anyone. I think if you're still having fun and enjoying yourself and being the life of the party, then no one will even question whether you are drinking or not. So I would say don't let it put you off. Even at first, it feels like there is pressure to drink. Like, don't worry about it. You can do whatever you want. You're an adult. it's fine. You don't have time for a job. I suppose it depends how much you fill your schedule with, because at university you really tailor your experience to you, so you decide everything that you do pretty much. And for some of us, it just isn't possible to do university without a job because it is an expensive thing. But what I would recommend is getting jobs in student bars, in student establishments owned by the university, like the Students' Union, for example, because they have a vested interest in you doing well and having good mental health and being able to still be a student at that uni. So if you do need to swap a shift, all of your colleagues will be students, probably quite willing to swap with you, and your bosses will be a lot more understanding. Alternatively, you could do like online tutoring where you can kind of tailor the timings that you do things to you. And the fact that you're a university student means expert in the eyes of pushy parents who want their kids to do better at school. There's no diversity at Russell Group universities. I would say there's definitely not enough diversity at Russell Group universities, but that's not the fault of the people for not applying, it's the fault of the education system for not making them feel welcome. So we need as much diversity as possible because it will improve everyone's experience at the university, but those changes need to come from the institution and from the structural systems themselves in terms of changing mindsets. A very good book on this is Taking Up Space. I'd highly recommend it. It's actually quite easy to get 40% and pass. Yeah, I would actually say that like getting 40%, so getting the pass grade, is relatively straightforward. But the difference between a 63 and a 67 is like huge. It's a very weird system. I don't know who decided on it, but it doesn't really work, I would say. Teachers don't care about you. You don't really have teachers as such, but academic staff will care a lot if you are inquisitive and email, and if you reach out to them for help, they will help you. I felt that because you're not spoon-fed in the same way as you are at school and you're very much kind of doing independent work, I kind of did think there would be that detachment from the staff, and there is to a certain extent, because for example in a lecture you don't ever really, you could go the whole year being lectured by someone and never talk to them, but these people care so much about the subject in a borderline obsessive way, and so when you email asking for help, they will be so willing to help you. You can redefine yourself and forget about all the trauma and stress from back home. Yeah, the thing about moving to uni and moving to a brand new city is that no one has to know the things that everyone at school knew about you. You can kind of decide which parts of your life you want to share with those people. So you do get a proper fresh start. And then hopefully people will judge you on the merit of your character rather than like who's the most popular at school and that kind of thing. So yeah, I would say you can kind of redefine yourself, and it's a good chance to be a bit more experimental and be who you want to be without fearing the judgment of people being like, well, when he was in year 7, he thought differently. You meet your best friends and significant other at uni. Guilty as charged. Freshers Week is overrated. I think our expectation of what Freshers Week would be like is why it becomes overrated. I think there's two circumstances. There's one where you don't enjoy Freshers Week and you're really gutted because you built it up and put it on a pedestal to be this amazing best week of your life ever. And the other side of it is that you may have the best week ever and you may really enjoy yourself, but the best is still yet to come. I would confidently say whether you loved or hated Freshers Week, it will not be the best week of your uni experience. The best week will probably be like halfway through third year or at the end of third year when you have a really great close-knit group of friends. You're super comfortable, you know the people, you know the city, you know yourself. The best is definitely yet to come, so enjoy Freshers Week as much as you possibly can, but don't put too much pressure on it to be like the best week ever, because it will not be. Inevitably it will not be. You lose touch with all your school friends. I wouldn't say all, but it's a personal thing, I think. For me, personally, I did lose touch with a lot of people I was very close to at school and could never imagine my life without. But then you do live your life without them and stuff. I think it's all about the effort that you put in, and you will get that same effort back. Over the holidays, I would either work or travel, and I moved to London straight after uni. So I definitely have lost touch with a fair few people who I was very close to at home. But I sort of feel confident enough in those relationships that they were strong enough that if we really wanted to rekindle that friendship, we could at any time. So very much down to personal experience and personal effort that you put into those friendships and maintaining them. Readings are impossible to stay on track with. I would genuinely say if there's anyone at my uni who did every single bit of reading we were supposed to do, they are incredible. It's not possible, I swear. You went into your course 100% certain of what you wanted to do as a career at the end. Definitely not, and I feel like I speak on behalf of 95% of students when I say that we have no idea what we're doing next. The house is always a mess until someone's parents are about to come round. True that. This is someone who has been to uni, or at least visited someone at uni. Definitely. Friend groups are already solid after the first week. Definitely not. I think that there's something in mutual experience that brings people together, but super solid and secure after a week, probably not. I think you have to keep building those friendships and also not get too complacent that those people you made friends with in the first week are going to be there forever. you still gotta keep making the effort, and also making the effort to meet new people too. You don't talk a lot about your home or your past high school life. I think we spoke loads about that kind of thing. You're all sharing your kind of stories, I suppose. And I loved learning about everyone's like backgrounds and stuff. All you do is sit at a desk and study, or only party, one or the other. You can definitely strike a balance. You have the time, especially in first year, to kind of experiment and work out what is best for you, what routine works well for you, and sort of tailor your lifestyle to that routine. I don't think it's a case of having to pick between one or the other. You can definitely have both. You have to have a MacBook, otherwise you're considered poor. Hashtag capitalism. I don't think I paid attention to what laptop anyone had, aside from the laptop that was right in front of me, because I'm frantically writing the notes in the lecture. I had no idea what was going on around me. I could not tell you what a single one of my friends had as their laptop. It definitely is not a thing. Most people have imposter syndrome or academic insecurities. I think that actually you don't realize how many people do feel that academic insecurity for quite a while, but most people do experience it. It's really awkward when you first meet your flatmates. Definitely at first it is just a little bit weird knowing we are about to live together for a whole year. But it is very easy to bond because none of you really know what's going on, and so you do have that mutual fear and not knowing. Good ways to make it less awkward would be to have a doorstop and keep your door propped open so that people can just come in and say hello to you, because knocking on someone's door is quite kind of terrifying, whereas especially if someone else is in your room talking to you and then someone else from the corridor might come and join you, it's kind of quite nice, and it's an easy way to get conversation flowing. You could also bring some cupcakes or a box of Maltesers or something like that, just as an almost like peace offering, because nothing will make people like you more than if you give them food. During Freshers Week, you could make a cleaning rota for the house. It just gets everyone in one room all discussing and working together on something and having something in common. Also, we made a birthday board, so we had everyone's birthdays written up on our pin board, and that was just a nice conversation to get started. We bonded over the fact that we all enjoyed the Great British Bake Off, and so we organised one night during Freshers Week to all have dinner together and watch Bake Off, and it was quite lovely. So I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you especially to everyone who sent in assumptions over on Instagram. There were so many. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, why not? Is it because I'm ugly? Don't answer that. It's a rhetorical question. Massive shout out to UniCompare and the Clearing app. Make sure you download it. It is linked down below. If you like this video, you can give it a like. You can subscribe for more from me. Loads more university content. I actually have a whole ass book about university. Can't believe I forgot to plug that. It's called The Universe. It comes out on the 6th of August and it is absolutely full to the brim of university advice, tips, tricks, and help. So this will be linked down below if you want to get your hands on a copy. For now, I've been Jack Edwards. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Good luck at uni, oh my god.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.